Hello and welcome to the ADHD Hippo. We are playing Magicraft today, but with a twist. Challenge run. That's right, I have played this game so much that just beating it isn't enough anymore. So, today we are going to find out, can I beat Magicraft using only Magic Bullet? So, the rules. First, we will be starting from normal and trying to make it through to Nightmare 3, with each difficulty having its own dedicated video. Second, I can only use Magic Bullet or spells that cast Magic Bullet to do damage. Third, as this is my first ever challenge run, I am allowing myself to use any other spells as long as they don't do damage themselves. So, no poison or anything like that. No cheating or exploits. Also, any buffs or bonuses from material trades are fair game. And with all of that out of the way, boys and girls, let's see how bad this goes. And as usual, I load into a game expecting greatness, and am immediately disappointed. No Hippo skin. So now I have to beat the game as a default human. Gross. First room is two mushroom dudes. They explode instantly and drop a ray of disintegration, which would be amazing if I could actually use it. The early rooms are slow. No abilities, no damage, just vibes and bad decisions. I only get hit twice though, like a pro, and get a couple relics for my troubles. The Cloud Piercer and the Blade of Fury, giving me more crit damage and the ability to shoot through walls, if I can remember it. Then we find our first game changer, Volley, and I insert that thing into my wand like a Prince Albert piercing.
My.
Now we get to fire all 3 shots at once. DPS? Yes. Brain? Still no. Our next relic option is the Fortune Earrings, which gives us more relic choices later. So future me is gonna be eating good.
Motherfucker.
And then we make our way to our first boss, the Deceiver. Basically a Goria from Zelda, if it had a machine gun and social anxiety. It mirrors your movement and goes invisible, but it's always right in front of you, so the invisibility is kind of pointless. Just sidestep and melt it. Boss down. We start stacking our spells up, homing, split, multi-shot, and now everything dies. I remember I can shoot through walls, and combined with my homing bullets, this is less combat and more remote execution. We pick up a healing belt, one of the most broken relics in the game, and at this point I'm feeling pretty confident, which is never a mistake. Chapter boss time. The poisonous the spider egg. This dude hides in the ceiling like it's 1942 and throws poison rocks at you. I do take a couple of hits from his guerrilla warfare, hiding in the trees and shit, but we survive and heal back to full. And with his reward, we get a new wand, more damage, and less control. Act 2 introduces ghosts, and these are menaces. Every time you hit them, they fly towards you. They teleport, they panic you, they completely ruin your day. I do get a small health boost, but I lost a huge chunk of my health fighting them. Then more scaling enemies, more chaos, and then the stagnant droplet, keeping bullets at bay with the power of my mind. We finally take a break from the unsolicited murder for a little shopping. A wand spirit plus our orbital rod equals more chaos.
Wow.
Now it's time for the first boss of Act 2, Master of Mind. And this guy is mostly just a nuisance. His whole thing is trapping your bullets and then throwing them back at you, which sounds dangerous, but in practice, I just walk in a circle and keep shooting him in the face. He does manage to tag me once with my own bullets, which feels a little disrespectful, honestly, but our DPS is way too high for it to matter. He goes down without much of a fight. He drops a Wand Spirit and a Tranquil Bloom Plus, which gives us a pretty solid boost to our MP regen. We slot the new spells and head over to processing, hoping to turn our garbage spells into something useful. Maybe another magic bullet, maybe a volley, maybe absolutely fucking nothing. Turns out being broke is bad for business, but we stabilize with a new setup. We get a Beast Fangs, increasing our DPS, and removing our second Wand Spirit. Suddenly I can use my mana again. Amazing! Then I make a decision. A terrible decision. I take a relic that gives me 100% damage and 70% damage taken. I am now a glass cannon. We quickly fight our way to the Act 2 boss, Cage. Slowly rolls around, fires a laser that cuts off half the arena, and gets absolutely melted. Phase 2 is a little more serious. Bigger area control, spinning beam, quick sweeping movements. He actually tries to lock you down a little this time. Unfortunately for him, our damage is pretty ridiculous at this point, so he just dies anyway. We get our choice of wands for our reward, and I almost take the shapeshifter until I see it has a 1-second cooldown. Yeah, no thank you. I would like to keep doing damage, please, and move on to Act 3. And Act 3 is where the game stops being polite and starts being violent. Lasers, saw blades, teleporting enemies, everything wants me dead. But then, autonomous grimoire. And now I don't even have to fight anymore. It just plays the game for me. Rooms are getting deleted before I can even react. Everything is coming together. Then we reach the boss, the Void Imp. Fast, aggressive, unpredictable, mines everywhere, attacks from all angles. I'm taking hits, but I have an invisibility potion, my safety net. His health is low, my health is low. I'm 1 hit from death. This is it. I just need to press the button. Drink the potion. Anytime now. Anytime. Why am I not drinking it? Why am I not drinking? I'm dead. On to the next attempt. Alright, round 2. No screwing around this time. With the rewards from our last run, we grab a bunch of upgrades. More health, more slots, more healing, a little bit of everything. Just to be clear, this is actually attempt number 3. We're not going to talk about number 2. Back into Act 1. First room, and we get a split right away. Maybe this run won't be as cursed as the last one. Rooms change, enemies stay the same. First 3 rooms, first 3 relics. Tree Ant Shoulders, giving me some shield. Soulborn Armor, giving me a different type of shield. And Bloodthirsty Gaze, some health regen to complement our growing defenses. So yeah, we're getting pretty tanky already. No complaints. Room 5, Immobile Piranha Plants and Spike Traps. This room wasn't thought out that well, but we grab the loot and move on to the first boss, the Deceiver. Same as before, just a little bit slower without our volley. We take him down nice and clean though, no damage. For the reward, we grab a trident with a built-in multi-shot. We throw in our magic bullets and our split, and now we are doing some real damage. Only problem, this thing absolutely devours mana. So for now, we just fire in bursts and try not to panic. A few rooms later, we grab Merlin's robe, which helps a little with MP regen. Not enough, but it's something. Room 9 is where things start going bad. Tight space, snake enemies, and I'm already low on mana. And with no iframes, if I get touched, I get shredded. I make it through, barely, and pick up Elven Ears. Next room, spiders, a Midas potion, and more spells we can't use. Cool. Hit up the shop, trying to fix the mana problem. Grab another multi-shot, some shield, a resonance rune. Not exactly what I wanted, but we are getting stronger. Just in time for the Act 1 boss, the Disordered Remain. Compared to the Spider Egg, he's faster, he hits harder, has a bigger range, but he is far more predictable. You treat it like a bullfight, and he goes down nice and easy. We take the tricord loot, more slots, slower fire rate, should help us with mana. Act 2. No wall piercing, so we gotta dive in head first. Should be fine. We get rushed by some bone dudes, gotta kill the body, then the head, or they respawn. Shields hold though, and we get the cloud piercer. Cool, that's one problem solved. We hit up another shop, and yeah, get used to that because we're hitting them up a lot for this one. We grab our homing spell, some more shield, and throw a frost crystal into our build, and now it just feels like cheating. I trade my trident for the swift shot staff, and head into the next room. After defeating all the enemies and solving a quick puzzle, we get a Wand Spirit Plus. Perfect for my new staff. I tear through the next room, grabbing the wind listening ears, giving me those iframes I wanted, woot, and onto the Master of Mind again. He's even easier this time, barely worth mentioning. His loot even sucked. Oh well. Next few rooms are just as easy, and we get a couple upgrades. Fortune earrings, Merlin's hat, and its upgrade. Things are looking pretty good. Right before Cage, I trade health for gold, then turn missing health into shield, and then heal back up. So now I have a massive shield cushion. Cage, round 2. Not much to say here either. We're doing solid damage, but our mana keeps slowing us down. Still, a little patience and we get it done. I trade the loot for an asteroid and we finally have our mana under control. Just in time for Act 3, where the real game begins. I dodge the first fight and go shopping. I need more shields, a tranquil bloom, another magic bullet, and after a quick rework, we are more dangerous than ever. First fight, chain bones. You can only hit one of them while the rest of them try to ruin your life. I also realize I actually need to see what's happening, so I start closing my inventory and lock in. We're clearing rooms, gathering loot, stacking health and shields, and make it to the mini-boss, the all-seeing eye. This guy sucks. Full screen attacks, chains everywhere. If I didn't have all this shield, this run would be over. I lose about 200 shield, but we survive. He drops garbage, and we move on. From this point, things slow down a lot. Too many enemies, not enough damage. I grab the beast fangs for a small damage boost, cause we need anything we can get. At this point, I'm starting to panic. Damage is okay, mana is fine, but everything just takes forever to die. Shields are gone, I'm taking hits, but we keep going. Final shot before the boss. We heal up, we grab some shields, and mentally prepare for the last challenge of the run. The Indescribable. Not the hardest boss, just incredibly annoying. Minions everywhere, grab attacks, ring attacks that shoot out in all directions, and a screen-wide beam that reverses your controls. It's a lot. But luckily, I locked in a while ago. Dodging between screens, keeping up with the reversals, clearing everything as it spawns, sweating like a stuck pig. I keep firing through my dwindling mana, and after a couple minutes, he finally goes down. Proving that even I can beat Magicraft using only magic bullets.